Hey guys, Mike, IronTrap Garage. We got a crazy week in the life of. We got back from Oklahoma last night with our two 26-foot box trucks, and we're gonna start the week off by unloading. It's a lot to unload. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Then the rest of the week, I need to start getting stuff ready for Carlisle. We have 2 weeks until we head to Carlisle for setup in 2 Mondays. So I got a lot of work to do, a lot of pricing. Our pre-orders are being pre-order shirts. The parts robot are being printed this week, so hopefully I'll pick them up at the end of this week or early next week. We got a bunch of stuff going on. Trying to sell parts, but also get parts ready for Carlisle and get this truck unloaded. And we've got a bunch of work going on in the shop. Hopefully working on the 32 two-door sedan this week. Just a bunch of stuff. So let's back these trucks up and start our week off with some unloading.
What's up, Mom?
Around the building. Is there maybe there isn't a wire. Anything on the inside?
Nice.
Gotta get the full floor.
He didn't know we had our business today. He just said, yep, here we had some shit. I was like, holy shit, you guys are like, yeah, this is like our gig.
You see that email and I was like, I wasn't sure if you guys saw parts or not. About the 32 windshield.
This is the whole, every video we talk about selling parts. I don't know if somewhere on the estate will allow that.
I don't want to see how soft it is.
Somebody came out of one of the cars. Let's work.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, this is our first ever day 2 of unloading. We have the two-door sedan body, which is stuffed to the roof, and all of Mom's attic, which is at the very front of the truck, left to do. We're a little tight on space in here, so I got to do some organizing first thing this morning. We got a bunch of doors. So there's doors here, there's doors up front, there's doors back in here under all this. So I'm going to move some space and actually make piles of doors here of what they are, just because we're a little tight on space underneath here without doing some reorganizing. So for the time being, I'm going to make year piles of doors down this rack, just for the time being to get it out of the way, because we're going to have a lot of pallets of stuff. I have room for 3 pallets up top there's probably like 5 pallets worth of stuff. So if I clean some room here with a pallet jack, I can put, you know, 2 pallets in this walkway and it won't be incredibly in the way. And then we can start chipping away at all this madness that is here. So I'm gonna get to work. Matt's got some meetings this morning. Steve's working on the 32. So keep chipping away, getting this truck unloaded, and we can start going through parts and selling stuff, which is always the exciting part. So just another exciting Tuesday. It's gonna be a long, long week.
What's up? What's up? As expected, that was an hour and a half longer than
It's just what happens.
chilly in here. You're making out.
Good. Getting ready to
Drop it down.
Yep.
You put a non-clean shirt on.
Yeah. Don't want to mess up. Don't want to mess up your goods.
I brought it down in expectation.
So I went over and looked at it. Like I rolled it back under the car and put the car down and hit record, and they just lifted the car up and rolled
That's
it
fine.
out.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's not, it's a recreation. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just don't like it now when we have literally nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't even notice when you have.
All right, so today is, I don't even know what day it is, Wednesday, and we've already had a pretty busy day. Yesterday we got everything unloaded, mostly Mike. Mike and Will came on Monday that helped us on the truck and gave us a great hand. I was so busy running around juggling 18 things. Wasn't as much of a help as I would have liked to be, but Mike and Steve yesterday got that Tudor sedan body out, and everything's in the building. We've already started to kind of photograph and put away a lot of the stuff. We were able to just barely get everything on the property and still be able to work in the new building. It was just we had to do a little creative packing, so we got everything in the trailer. That's kind of a little more rougher stuff or crazy duplicates. We have some cabs on the side of the building for just right now. And then as we go through and put stuff away, we can just quickly move those cabs inside, no problem. It's just we need space to actually go through and fit everything out. So we're going to be listing like crazy, you know, some of this stuff to get it up online and get it new homes and keep moving like we always do. So back in the shop for me, kind of juggling again a bunch of stuff Steve and I are working on this week, getting the suspension on the two-door sedan and getting that thing lowered down with the early V8 rear and the drop axle that Steve worked on while we were away. And what I'm doing today in between helping Steve is cutting my patterns for our glass patterns for the glass shop for the 39 Mercury project. So like this one, for instance, I had made a wood pattern that I also used as a buck, which fits in my stainless molding. I know everything is good with it. It fits great on both sides. I used it for both sides. But the problem is, as I was welding it and everything, it did burn some of the wood away, so we don't have a really good pattern. So what I'm doing is just kind of making a new chipboard pattern. I have one already made for the rear quarter window, and I traced it out. I'm just using my tin snips to cut this door panel board that I've got for one of our upholstery friends. So I'm gonna cut this out, get this set, and I'm gonna take that over either today or tomorrow and get this dropped off so we start getting the glass going on the Mercury. And I'm probably gonna start just working around the Mercury, getting the window molding polished up here soon. If the weather finally starts to get warmer, I can do a little bit of body work on the area where I did all my metal work and try and get this thing on the road. I'm getting really, really excited. So that's what we have going on today. And Mike's, of course, trying to catch up on packages. So we're gonna get busy and keep working.
Oh my, I'm gonna have to do some excavating to get at the bolts on this one. You can tell on these old cars that it always leaked at the end of the trains.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, always.
Do you have the ball undone already?
I got it loose.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got one bolt holding it in. Just gotta take the bolts out and should be all good to go. Oh, I grabbed the wrong slice. Of course I did. There we go.
Good.
I believe so.
You just gotta disconnect or roll that out
Yeah, as we go
Same.
I'll pull it out.
simultaneously.
Yep.
Alright, let's give it a try.
The ball's stuck on the thing. I'll get it loose.
Oh, here, usually if you come up at a cross member, you just rock it and it'll
What?
come up out of the cross member and it'll pop out.
There it goes.
Well, smarter, not harder, sir.
Yep. Come down a little. Oh, no, it's not that stuck.
Just roll it forward.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Well, let's go up so we can roll it from out underneath.
Yep.
Good morning. Today is Thursday. We're playing a bit of catch up. So I had like 75 packages I needed to ship since we were away and 2 days unloading. I got like 50 out yesterday. I got to finish up the last bit today and whatever sold last night. And we're still trying to deal with all of this madness. I went and picked up a front axle from one of our local estates, that one with all the shoebox parts. There's an axle in the trailer we're going to use for this. Matt and Steve pulled the rear out of the 32 two-door sedan. We're going to put under this to make this a roller. This is the 33.4 two-door sedan. So we might work on that tomorrow. Matt and our helper Ryan have been photographing stuff in the evenings, trying to get all this stuff under control. I've been photographing a bunch, trying to just get through all this because there's a lot to take care of. So just slowly doing chunks of stuff, the main goal is to try and just get this first area cleared out so we can work. I think I have someone coming to pick up the F1 cab possibly. So we're trying to sell some stuff. There's cabs outside. There's stuff everywhere. Trailers slap full to the ceiling of parts. So I gotta try and sell some of this stuff. So I'm gonna get to work pulling out all of the stuff that I still need to ship all that, and then spend the rest of the day trying to contain this mess.
All right, so end of the day, Friday. Everybody ditched out at 5, and I stayed a little late just to finish up some little project I'll show you guys. But very productive week. Even coming back from Oklahoma, we kind of hit the ground running and got everything unloaded this week. We've already made a good dent in putting all the stuff away, like Mike's probably showed you. And we're already selling stuff. The video came out today, and we already had a bunch of people calling us that they needed some of that stuff. So really good to already finding homes for some of those parts and hopefully making some room. Next week, I think we're preparing for Carlisle is the big thing for next week, and get prepped and bring in any parts that need to be brought, all that stuff. But I'll show you a couple things here. So you might have saw while Mike and I were shooting the podcast, Steve got this engine running. So this engine is, I don't know if I said it or not, but this is the engine. This came from the estate where the sedan delivery came from in Virginia. I wasn't able to buy it right away, and then they were basically cleaning out the rest of the stuff, extra things in the house and whatever. And our buddy Andy was able to kind of facilitate us getting that, and brought it home. It's been sitting here. We thought it would be perfect for the 32 two-door sedan. So Steve got this running. Sounded really healthy. I was upstairs. I didn't really get to see it actually run, but Steve did a good job getting that all together and checked and tested and everything just mildly set up. At the end of the day here, he got the Edelbrock intake, the high-rise on with some rebuilt Strombergs that I had on the shelf. They were rebuilt by someone else, and of course they need, from sitting, they need some going through again. One accelerator pump sticking a little bit, so we weren't able to get it running on the two carbs end of the day, but it won't take much to go through them and get it all running. But it's holding water, which is great, and Steve said it sounded very healthy from upstairs, so excited to get this thing together. But as always, it's gonna have to retorque the heads, reseal any head bolts that are leaking, all the normal stuff with flatheads just to get it so that it's finally ready to go in the car. But got the 32 sitting real nice. Really stoked how this thing sits now. So that thing's moving right along. That'll be a great just cruiser daily driver style kind of hot rod, mild hot rod. So last thing I was doing here at the end of the day, I stayed a little late just to finish it up, was it got the stainless for the windshield frame, or the windshield seal. This is like the push-in stainless. Got that all shortened. I'm starting on all the process, all the little not fun stuff of garnish molding, chopping that, all the stainless trim, chopping that. I got this seal in, and I test fit that earlier, and that seems like it'll work pretty good. Got the glass dropped at the glass shop, so I did make some progress on the Mercury. Got the hood safety catch working, or fit and working, among some other stuff. Welded up the wiper holes. So I actually did get a bunch done, even though it was like half an hour here, 30 minutes there, all that, you know, running a business type stuff. So that's basically it for today, or this week. Thank you guys for following along. We're getting into our busy season, and things are only going to get more ridiculous from here. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Catch you later.